Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I decided, while I have my camera set up, I'm going to film another video for you. I'm going to talk about ways to deal with unemployment. So give you a brief kind of overview of what's happened over the last month. I was made redundant from my job January 30th, just before payday, the day before payday actually, and I have officially been unemployed. Although obviously I still have my own businesses that I run and are a source of income, but essentially I have been unemployed since the 30th of January, so in my eyes the 1st of February. So I obviously have, although I do have my businesses, I have obviously been looking for full-time employment. I am now happy to say that I am employed with another company. So I wanted to talk to you about ways to deal with unemployment, because essentially I have been unemployed, or was unemployed, for 1 month, and I still had the same amount of bills to pay. I still had things to do. I had to find myself, pick myself up, because although yes, I had a backup plan, and I always turn around to everyone and say have a backup plan, but although I had a backup plan, it did hurt a lot, it still stung, and it is something that everyone has to deal with now and then. So I thought this would be a great video to film. So tip number one, and this is the biggest tip that I think anyone and everyone told me, and that is to grieve. There is no better way to put it. Grieving is when you lose something and you're losing the security of your job. You might be losing something you love, your security. It's just one of the things you need to accept. It does take a while to sink in. The shock originally when you obviously do get let go, or made redundant or sacked, or the company goes bust, however it happens, it's a shock factor. It's a huge shock factor, and you can't be expected to pick yourself up straight away. You're human, it needs to soak in, and it's okay to do so. So just take some time out. Obviously, ideally don't take too long. Some people say a day, some people take a week. I actually took a couple of days out. I think it was essentially like 2 days in the end, because I had things to do. So I had booked holidays, so I took 2 days out because I had to go and do my speed awareness course. I had to go and do my speed awareness course, so I had to take that time out anyway. So just take time out and think about it, and just let it soak in, and don't rush too quickly into doing something else and trying to fix it. You need to understand what happened, you need to accept what happened, and you need to get your head and your heart in a position to move on. Number two is to reach out and get the benefits that you may be entitled to. In the UK, you do get job seekers allowance, or essentially what is now called universal credits, which is money back from your taxes that you have paid while you're unemployed. If this option is available to you and you need it, then I suggest you do it. It's not a lot of money compared to your pay slip, but it's something is better than nothing, and if you put the money in, you're more than welcome to take the money out. The way it works essentially is you put all your details in, you have someone you work with, and they check that you're looking for a job, and in return you get money to kind of pay your bills. Sometimes you get council tax reductions, sometimes you just get pocket money essentially, sometimes they give you housing benefit. But if you are renting a property and you're reliant on money and you don't have enough savings behind you to support yourself for a month, which, side note, please, when you are employed, put money away for these situations, just in case. But that is always an option to you in the UK. I do believe it's an option in the US as well, so always look and see what's out there for you. Worst case scenario, try and reach out to family or friends. I mean, they may not be able to help you, and it may be a little bit awkward for you, but to know that you've got a support network around you, and support like that financially is a necessity. Number three is do what makes you happy in this time. No one is telling you to look for a job, apply for a job, and go through the whole process 24 hours a day. When you're in employment, you get 28 days holiday a year, and most of the time you have to take them out for various things that you don't really want to, like hospital appointments and doctor's appointments and half term for children. You don't always get that time for you, so take time out and do what makes you happy. I'm not saying all day, every day, don't apply for a job, don't do this, that and the other, but just take time out and enjoy it while you can. Do the little annoying things on your to-do list that you haven't had time to do at the weekend, because you are not going to get this time back. When you start working again, it's going to fly by, time's going to disappear, you're going to have too much to do over the weekend and on your time off that you're actually not going to be able to just have me time, so why not? Number four is to give something back while you can. Volunteering is something that a lot of us would like to do but never get the time to do, and if this is something that obviously makes you happy, then by all means do number three and number four together. Using your time to give something back not only fills you up with gratitude and you can share something with someone else that may need it at the time and just help out, but it also, when employers ask you in your interview what the hell you've been doing while you've been unemployed, you can turn around and say that you've been volunteering for like this charity, or you've visited children in hospital, or you've worked for free for someone just to keep yourself busy. The more you do and the more you show someone that you're willing to give back and put effort in, even when you don't have to, even when you're unemployed, you do not have to do anything, and you're actually willing to give some time back, give something back to the community, that is a massive, massive big green tick against your name. I have spent a lot of time, I've spent the last month helping my parents out as best as I can with my 2 little brothers. They are 2 and 3, and I've spent as much time helping them as I can, and helping them do work and going around and helping my grandparents who are in hospital. I have given my time as best as possible to utilise it, not only to do things that that make me happy, because doing things for my family and people I love and reap benefits for myself, and it's something I'm grateful to be able to have the time to do while I can, but it also proves that I am not sitting around watching Jeremy Kyle 24/7. And I'm actually doing something, and that makes me employable because I'm not wasting time. And last but not least, and my biggest point, is do not rush into anything, absolutely anything. Trust that eventually the right job will come along, the right opportunity will come along, and that is that if you rush into the first job that you get offered and it is not right for you, you will not be happy, you will not give your all, and therefore you will not last longer, and you'll be back in this situation all over again. So just take the time out, trust the system, trust that you are worth the job that you want, and think before you accept a job. They are my 5 top tips to how to handle unemployment. It's how I handled unemployment. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you have any extra tips, and subscribe, because it seriously helps me out and it means a lot to me. And I will see you next week for another video. Bye.